Thanks for staying tuned. This is still Game On, and I'm Samson Oloyede. It's now time to talk basketball right here on the show, and we have to do that from the home front rather, talking about the women's game here in Nigeria. It's all about the National Women's Basketball League, and it's about the Final Four taking place in Lagos. We know quite well that defending champions Air Warriors as well as MFM did pick up crucial wins as the tournament heats up right there. Joining me to discuss this and more is a basketball pundit, Kelechi Bernard, who joins me right here in Lagos. Kelechi, good evening. I know I'm taking your time here in the gym. We are trying to sweat it out just like the women that we're seeing on the court. But thanks for joining me all the same.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Okay, let's delve into it as quickly as we can, so that I can let you go back to the weights and what have you. Air Warriors, defending champions, then starts the Final Four on a very good note, but they've been able to pick up a win. MFM having to grind it out against Bielsa Blue Whales as well to make it 2 wins from 2 games. What can you make of the tournament thus far in terms of the performances of the ladies on the court going by today's games?
Well, I think it's been quite exciting. It's been quite competitive somehow. As a key player of basketball, women's basketball in Nigeria, I think it is coming up. But when you compare it to what we used to obtain those days way back, maybe in the 2010, 2011, I think the game is not really there competitive-wise because, in those days, we played so many games. You see the girls playing so many games, but right now, the girls are only playing like the first phase was like the 5 rounds of games, second phase the 5 rounds of games. So they're all playing like 10 rounds of games, and that shouldn't be enough for any women's football club basketball club, who wants to actually do so well maybe on the continent. So we need more games. I'm not saying that the NBBF, that's the governing body, the Nigeria Basketball Federation, are not doing enough. I think the game in terms of development has taken a big hit. That's why right now it's not as competitive as we used to, know way back in maybe in the 2010, 2011, 2012, and we're still getting there. I think so.
Okay, when you talk about no games, I'd like to take you on that because we know quite well that it's an abridged version. You have 2 conferences. Yeah. You have the Savannah Conference, and you have finalists emerge to compete for the grand prize, as it were. There's so many factors, the governing body has put forward as reasons for adopting this measure as against, for example, a 20-team format that you have in football, as against an abridged version. Yeah. Issues of security, logistics, and what have you. And we know quite well that the league is, yet to really gain a foothold. How do you think the issue of lack of insufficient games now, how do you think that challenge can be resolved within the league?
Well, right now, the ball is in the court, for the Nigeria Basketball Federation, that's the NBBF, the governing body, because they need to get their acts together. There have been so many infighting, when it comes to basketball governance in Nigeria. And finally, it appears that things are looking up, quite positive. So, let me tell you one thing. In America, I hate comparing things, It's all about playing basketball games. When you have a team or have a competition having so many games, when you play so many games, you get competitive, you have enough games to actually hone your skills, to get better. It applies to also to football. When you play so many games, it helps you to hone your skills. And when you get to the continent, you play so well because you play so many games. So the issue right now is, yes, Zenith Bank, that's the sponsor for the women's league in Nigeria.
Yes, go ahead. Can we stay with our names, without mentioning names? Go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Yes, the sponsor of the league, okay?
Let me do one thing. You can't take away sponsorship when it comes to a basketball organization. It's not possible. The NBA cannot do it alone. They need to get their arms together, get more sponsors, have more games, have more quality basketball games to actually help the girls to play quality basketball, hone their skills, get into the national team. That's why when you go to the national team, you don't see enough home-based players, playing in the national team. They don't have enough games to actually hone their skills and talent. The girls who are coming from America, let me tell you one thing. The girls who are coming from America, they play a lot of games. In a season, they can play close to like 50 games.
Yes.
So you can't compare somebody who's coming from America playing 50 games, someone coming from Nigeria playing only 20 games or 10 games. It's not
Okay.
possible. So we need competition, we need more competition, we need more for the girls. I keep saying that way back in the day, I mean, it was good, it was wonderful, and we had locally based players also playing the national
For
team
the
back in the
Tigress,
day.
exactly.
But right now, because we have, yes, that's right. But right now, because we don't have enough games to actually help these girls to hone their skills, that's why if you go to the Tigers national team, it's only foreign-born players, foreign-based players.
Yes.
So I think it's a worrisome thing, and I hope the NBBF are also studying these and get their acts together. Let's have more competitions, more well-organized competitions for these girls to actually pick up their skills and get sharp.
Okay, in about 30 seconds, Kelechi, reforms needed to improve the league further. You've talked about more sponsors coming on board. But aside sponsorships, aside having more games, what other reforms do you expect the NBBF to implement when it comes to Nigerian basketball, especially the women's game? In about 30 seconds.
I keep saying it's all about looking at the grassroots. Definitely let's have more sponsors. Let's have more games for these girls, and and also take the games to the colleges because in the universities you don't have enough people playing the games even in the universities. I don't think if the Nigerian University Games Organization NUGA have got any programs for women's basketball in Nigeria. So it starts from the colleges. Let's
Okay.
have basketball very, very large in the colleges, and from that way the games can be promoted and it gets to the streets and everybody is good in terms of playing basketball in Nigeria for the women.
Okay. Thank you very much, Kelechi, for your time all the way from the gym. Thank you so much.